Hello and welcome to Foreign Correspondent. I'm Jennifer Byrne. First tonight, an age-old story about the world's newest industry, the internet. It's a familiar saga of dreams and delusions, of big ideas and big money. $5 trillion, in fact, which literally vanished from the value of the US stock market in the past year. It was the famous high-tech boom, the new economy bubble, which, like other famous bubbles from tulips to South Sea real estate, shone brightest just before it burst. 2 years ago, we went to the capital of capitalism, New York, to focus on 4 smart young geeks as they moved from the back room to the boardrooms to form their own dot-com companies. Then they made their own rules, built their own belief systems and lived their lives on paper promissories. But what they never had was some solid, old-fashioned profits. Last month, we returned to the Silcon Alleys of Manhattan to discover what happened and to whom when the blue skies faded. The pundits are calling it mad Dow disease. Tom Leonessa calls it greed, pure and simple. And Tom should know, for 20 years he's delivered the news, headlining Wall Street's record-breaking boom and its recent giddying fall. This morning, Tom's route runs through the heart of America's once supercharged economy, Silcon Alley.
They go from one side of the street to the other side of the street, they don't care, as long as they get the fare.
Along with its Californian cousin, Silicon Valley, it's the scene of one of the most spectacular smash-ups in American capitalism, the tech wreck.
I've been driving 20 years. I seen them come and I seen them go. .com, .gone. Who gives a shit?
Veteran Silicon Alley company Snickelways Interactive has finally closed up shop.
Joseph Gallivan shares a front row seat at the tech wreck, chronicling the carnage in his New York Post column, Dead.com of the day.
We terminated virtually all our employees Tuesday. Technically speaking, we're not out of business. We hit a liquidity crisis.
Already more than 200 .coms have gone bust, and another 20 die each month. Do you feel sorry for them at all?
No, not really. I mean, on the way up, they were very boastful of what they were going to do. They were going to change the world. The head of Razorfish, this is a web shop here, he said, "This is a revolution. We're packing rifles." And now they're not worth anything. They're underwater, as they say.
Patternack is now an aspiring actor, learning lines he never needed in his old life as a master of the universe, a Wall Street legend. But the tech wreck ended all that.
Did you meet him? Yeah, we met. Nice guy. So, you'll shoot him then? Not a chance in hell.
Fresh out of college, Steph Patternack co-founded white-hot internet company theglobe.com, or T-Globe.
Mr. needs to talk to him so we can coordinate some deals in L.A. Okay.
Shares opened at $9 and jumped to $97 on its first day of trading. Then, Steph Patternack was worth close to $100 million. Today, his shares are worth under 20 cents apiece, which makes Steph worth...
almost nothing. That's the sad part of it all.
But didn't you, I mean, you sold on the way through. You must
Barely, no. We had one time to sell in the secondary offering, which netted me under $1 million, and I lost a lot of that trying to make more money by investing in other internet companies. Big mistake.
So you're not a millionaire anymore?
No. Well, I mean, not cash-wise. I have very little cash, but, you know, I have a nice apartment, and, you know, hopefully my T-Glow stock will go back up one day. Otherwise, I gotta get a regular job.
9 for 3,000. Sold. 3,039 right there, sir. Sold. 10,000 5/8. A half penalty going to 10,000. 10,000 5/8. Big of a 14,000.
Remember the old days, the mid-90s. Then the streets of Silicon Alley ran with gold.
So 27.44, 27.4 at 4, you're out of the balance.
The internet was a revolutionary force, the economy an unstoppable train, and the boring old business cycle was declared dead.
8,010. That leaves you 12,000. 10,20 outside.
It was in the midst of this frenzy that Steph and Todd Kreiselman went public with theglobe.com.
Theglobe.com coming public today, selling 3 million shares to the public. The stock opened to 87 and has been on the upside ever since. And currently we have the price at $70 a share for a gain of $61 a share. That is
Investors queued up to throw money into the bonfire. The hype ran rampant.
This is almost letting the people of the planet know that they are now the masters of the universe. And for the first time, they can realize it and try it.
Stephan, hold up for you.
Oh, yes, good. Steph, how are you?
As joint bosses of the Globe, Todd Kreiselman and Steph Patternack were inseparable. Today, they talk on the phone. Like most of the internet dream merchants, they attracted millions to their business, but never worked out how to turn a profit.
If I went out to a corner and I sold $100 bills for $10, I would have a very good business and a lot of customers until I ran out of $100 bills. And there were a couple of examples of companies like that. I think the Globe was one of those companies. They were spending so much getting people to come to their website and making nothing or very little when they got there.
Yes, good boy.
Now, of course, everyone and his dog knows better. Jason Calacanis is publisher and owner of the Silcon Alley Reporter. His company wasn't just a booster for the internet revolution, it shared its alternative values.
And what is this?
That's from his...
Despite this, Calacanis has always been suspicious of the Globe.
I wrote an editorial the day they went public that was titled "theglobe.com is a scam," basically reporting how it wasn't worth what the price was and how it became worth that price, and how the truth was that they were a site that had bought a lot of traffic and spent a lot of money, but that it wasn't going to be a sustainable business. And they were one of the best examples of a company that was built on hype.
You know, Amazon burns through $1 billion a year. No one raises an eyebrow. We burn through 50 and people are like, oh my God. No. I mean, it's all relatively speaking. We lived through a mania and we were part of that mania. It was, you know, modus operandi, you know, regular way of doing everything in those days. And for anyone that was outside of this world, even losing 1 million was ludicrous to them.
Through much of the madness, old school analysts like Larry Wachtel clung to their faith in the fundamentals. When I talked to him 2 years ago, the internet market was at its frothiest, but it smelt like tulips to him.
Everybody's invested, everybody's happy, everybody's making money. Something's wrong here.
Even Larry Wachtel eventually succumbed to what he now agrees was mass hysteria.
It was happening before my eyes. I saw stocks go up 30 and 40 points a day, and I said, why can't I join in the fun? But most of the people said, maybe these young guys are right. I'm old, they're young, maybe they know. So we followed the youth, and that was our calamity.
Well, why were people who, frankly, should have known better, prepared to be maniacs?
Well, you know, greed begat greed, and it was just a spiral upward. And at some point, you should have recognized that it was too late, but you deluded yourself. Yes, it was a delusion, yeah.